Think Publishing presents The Game of Hearts, The Lives and Loves of Regency Women, written by Felicity Day and read by Heather Tracy. Author's Note: On the Regency. The term Regency is often applied to the period of history stretching from roughly 1788 to 1830, but strictly speaking, the Regency lasted only 9 years, beginning in February 1811 when the Prince of Wales was named Prince Regent on account of the mental illness of his father, King George III, and ending in January 1820 when he officially ascended to the throne as King George IV. The availability of material and the desire to ensure depth and variety means that not all the stories of romance in The Game of Hearts date from this true or official Regency era. But, mindful of how much can change within the space of even 10 years, every effort has been made to focus on a 20-year period between 1800 and 1820. For consistency, George IV has been referred to as the Prince Regent throughout, even if, at the particular time, he was actually Prince of Wales. Introduction. London, I never knew so dull. One disgruntled resident of Grosvenor Square wrote to her son at the end of March 1810. The streets and squares of the West End might have been woken from their winter-time slumber, echoing once more with the rumble of carriage wheels and coal wagons, the steady beating of brass door-knockers and shouts of servants that signalled their wealthy residents were back in town. The main shopping thoroughfares might have been bustling again as tailors, milliners and dressmakers showed off new season fashions. Invitation cards to the first at-homes and fashionable assemblies might have been propped on chimney pieces already. But something was missing. "I hear of no matches," she complained. "The flirtations have not yet begun." For Mrs. Spencer Stanhope, romance was the beating heart of the social whirl that was the Regency season, and today it has almost become the beating heart of that entire period of history. From compulsively readable novels to glossy costume dramas, romance and the Regency have become a natural pair, the perfect match. Think of that short stretch between the turn of the 19th century and the death of King George IV in 1830, when Jane Austen's books were entertaining their earliest readers, Empire line gowns were in, and post-chaise rather than trains rattled across the countryside, and your first thought is probably not of the wars being waged in Europe and America, or the increasingly angry clamour for political reform, but romance. Undeniably, there is something endlessly compelling, even covetable, about the era's courtships, when the rules of engagement were clear, when flirting meant lingering looks, locked eyes across the dance floor, and the fleeting touch of hands, when singletons went in search of not just a brief encounter, but their companion for life. At the very least, the glittering ballrooms in which they mingled, bathed in candlelight, make for an idyllic backdrop to a romantic storyline. Yet the Regency romance, whether it's on the page or screen, a contemporary or classic, can sometimes feel like utter fantasy. The heroines are all bold and beautiful, independent and opinionated. They hold out for a love match and get it, no matter whether they're blessed with a decent dowry or not. The strict social conventions rarely bother them. Their suitors usually turn out to be enlightened rather than entitled, and they don't often have to worry about what happens when the wedding bells stop ringing. But what was it really like to go looking for love in the Regency? What did it really mean to be a Regency wife? And are our favourite fictional tales, with their likeable, liberal-minded heroes and spirited heroines, really so far from the truth? The Game of Hearts is the result of a quest to find out, taking us behind drawing-room doors into the ballrooms and boudoirs of their real-life counterparts, to tell true stories of life and love as it was for women of the Regency. Captured between the pages of this book are, by and large, only the experiences of those whose families rotated between inherited stately homes in the country and imposing houses in town, whose names and titles opened the doors to royal palaces and assured them vouchers for the exclusive Almac.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?